So in this video we are going to solve one more problem on the calculation of tensile strength of a roof truss member. So in the roof truss, a member is being used as a tension member, and that is ISA 9060 6 mm thick. Of course, there are two such angle sections being attached back to back, and they are being used as a single tension member. They too are jointed or welded by a weld connection to the gusset plate as shown in this below figure. And 4 mm weld is used to connect these angle sections with the gusset plate. The effective length of the weld is 200 mm. I mean the overlapping, something like this. See, this is the gusset plate and this is the angle section, and the effective length of the weld is 200. That is, on one side of the weld it is 200 mm. I mean you can say that the overlap length ఎంత ల్యాప్ అయింది ఈ యాంగిల్ సెక్షన్ ఈ గసెట్ ప్లేట్ 200 mm అనమాట. సో దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ యు ఆర్ సీయింగ్ ఇన్ దిస్ ఫిగర్, అండ్ దేర్ ఫోర్ దిస్ వుడ్ బి ది area under shear, and this would be the area under shear, and this would be the area under tension. Okay, so let me just go through this calculation. So he is asking to find out what is the tensile strength of the section given this section, right? So you know that tensile strength of a section is the least of the three strengths of the section. That is, one, strength in yielding, strength in rupture, and third one, strength in block shear failure. So the least strength is taken to be the tensile strength of that section, I mean this section or member. So let us find out what are these three tests for this section. So when we are trying to calculate the yield strength, we have to put the gross area of this section. So we have two angle sections, right? So angle area of gross area of one angle section into 2 will give you the gross area. So by multiplying with 2, when you are putting that gross area of two sections, you are actually finding out the yield strength of this complete member of these two angular sections also as a single section, as a single member. Okay, see here, gross area of the two angle sections will be 2 times of each angle section area, which is equals to 1730. And refer this expression, I mean refer this code book SP1 2003. This is a handbook, or you can refer just steel tables that you have. And based on this angle section 9066 mm, you can know what is the cross sectional gross area of that section. That is available from the code book, no need to calculate separately. Okay, and we also need to calculate the area of the connected leg ANC, net area of the connected leg. This is net area of the connected leg, and this is area of the outstanding leg, ANC and AGO. So what is connected leg? This is connected leg. So that is the leg that is connected to the gusset by weld, right? And this is nothing but outstanding. It is something like standing, right? Outstanding leg. So net area of this ANC and gross area of this outstanding leg has to be placed here. Of course, you know that in the previous video we have already discussed, while calculating these areas of the legs, individual areas calculate చేసేటప్పుడు మనకి చిన్న ప్రాబ్లం వస్తుంది, అంటే కొంచెం కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అయ్యే ఛాన్స్ ఉంది మీరు. సో లెట్ మీ జస్ట్ గివ్ దాట్. సి దిస్ ఈజ్ సంథింగ్ లైక్ 90 mm and this is 60 mm from this figure, right? So now why not put these values here? That is, thickness of this plate is 6, I think, right, 6 mm. Angle section is 6 mm. So 6 mm. So when we are calculating it, up to here, what is the length? It is 90 minus 6. Up to here, the length is 60 minus 6. So there is an area that is left over here. Among this area, half will reach to this outstanding leg and half will reach to the this connected leg. So what do? Is we split that into half. Okay, so now additionally there would be a 3 mm added to here and 3 mm added to it. So this would be 90 minus of 3, or you can say that 90 minus of thickness of the member by 2, and here 60 minus of 3, 60 minus of t by 2. So that is the reason that we have written here 90 minus t by 2. So this is the length. And now what would be, how do you get the area of this section? This length is 90 minus 6 by 2 into thickness, but there are two connected legs, right, both sides, so into 2. The outstanding leg, 60 minus of 6 by 2 into thickness of the section will give you the area, but there are two outstanding legs, so multiply with 2. So you got the areas. Now this ANC, AGO and this AG is going to be used in these expressions to calculate the strength. Okay, so now strength governed by yielding of cross section is given by TDG equals to AGFY by gamma m naught. So substitute the gross area of the two angle sections also. So you are getting the strength of that section against yield. That is, this is the maximum amount of load that this member can take without yielding, without failing by yielding, yield avakunda. What happens if the load on the member increases beyond this? It is going to yield and it is going to expand and it is going to fail. And rupture strength is given by this following equation for angle sections. We have different expressions to calculate the rupture strength for plates, for angle sections and bars, threaded bars. So this is the expression from the code book. You can find this. We have discussed about this in the previous video. So substitute this ANC and AGO which we have calculated earlier, and Fu is the ultimate strength of the plate. See here, he did not mention anything about the grade of steel. Did he mention that? What is the type of steel? Is it a mild steel? Is it a steel with a of grade Fe415 or something like that, 410? No. So you assume that plate material is of Fe410. So the ultimate strength Fu will be 410 Newton per mm square and Fy will be equals to 250 Newton per mm square in this case. So substitute those values Fu and Fy, and gamma m1 and gamma m0 is the moment of partial factor of safeties, and substitute them. This is 1.25 and this is 1.1 against yielding, and we have a other unknown, that is beta, and beta is given by this simple expression. And what is W? W is the width of the outstanding leg. What is the outstanding length width from this figure? This is the outstanding. This is 60. Yes, absolutely 60. Then put 60 here. And what is T? Thickness of the section. T is thickness of section. And Fi, Fu, you know that. And what is BS and BW? BS ante enti 90 vesam ikkada. So what is that? Let me show you that. And let me first go for LW. What is LW or LC? In some cases we show LC or LW. That is nothing but 200, over which this weld is provided. Okay, the distance between the starting and ending point of the weld. it is done for a length of 200 mm, as you can see in this figure. In some cases we have bolts instead of welding. వెల్డింగ్కి బదులుగా బోల్ట్లు ఇలా ఉన్నాయనుకోండి, అప్పుడు ఎల్ ఏమవుతుందంటే ఇది అవుతుంది. దిస్ విల్ బి ది ఎల్ ఆర్ ఎల్సి, ఎల్ఎస్. బట్ యాజ్ ఇన్ దిస్ కేస్ ఇట్ ఈస్ వెల్డ్, ది లెంత్ ఆఫ్ ది వెల్డ్ ఈస్ టేకెన్ యాజ్ ది ఎల్. సో now let us put these values in this from these figures, and here this W, I mean this BS. So this BS value is different for bolted connection, but in weld BS is equals to W is equals to WS is equals to width of the connected leg. Okay, connected leg, which is 90. Let's see from this figure what is the length. 90. But in case of welding it is going to be different, which we have seen earlier. So on substitution, beta will be 1.261. You have to check that this beta value should be greater than 0.7 and should be less than this value. Okay, you can calculate this value. Of course, I did not calculate it. I have directly put the value because it is going to be less than this. You can just check it out. And on substitution, the strength governed by rupture in the critical section is 504. That is the strength when the tension force in the tension member exceeds 504, then it is going to be ruptured. But remember, when the force is 393, when force exceeds 393 itself, it is already failing by yielding. It is already failed. Okay, that is the reason the least of these three strengths is taken as the strength, because if fail happens in any one of these, it is said to be failed. Okay, even though it is 393, a little bit greater than 393, it is going to yield and it is going to fail. Okay, there is no talking about the strength of the rupture at that situation. So now similarly in block shear, smaller of these two values is taken as TDB. Of course, you can write this as TDB1 and DB2, and these are the expressions. And we have these expressions AVG, ATN, right? So find out these two values here. What is AVG? AVG is the shear plane area, gross shear plane area. AVG is equals to gross shear plane area. So let me show you this figure which we have seen earlier. These are the so this is the shear plane, right? And this is the shear plane. So what is the length of the shear plane? 200 into 2 plus 200. So if you wanted to find out what is the area of the shear plane, what is the thickness of this section? 6 mm thick. So 200 plus 200 or 200 into 2 into 6 will give you the area of the shear plane. Isn't it right? And here we need to multiply with 2, sorry for that. And this is 2, so you are going to get 2400 mm square. So this is the value. Since two surfaces are there here, right? Isn't it? So 200 into 2 into 6, which will be 6 to the 12, 12 to the 2400 mm square. Okay. So the ATG will be, or ATN will be the tension plane area, gross area. Tension plane area, ATG. So where is the tension plane here? This is the tension plane. This is the tension plane. What is the length of this tension plane? 90. So 90 into thickness 6. So 90 into 6 will give you 540 mm square. And remember, what is AVG and AVN? What is the difference between these two? AVG is the gross area and AVN is the net area. In case of weld connection, AVG is equals to AVN. Okay, for weld connection. But for bolted connection, these two are going to be different. Okay, because when you calculate the net area, in any case, in case of shear plane or in tension plane, you have to deduct the area occupied by the bolt, the diameter into because of the bolt, the area is going to decrease, right? Bolt hole valla decrease avutundi cross section, a particular section దగ్గర. That value has to be taken out. But in case of welding, no bolt are there, right? So these two values are going to be equal. So substitute them here. Of course, we have a mistake, right, in AVG. So this value here will be, let me just correct this here. This, okay, this value is going to be 2400. Okay, so on calculation, what would be the value? Let me see. See, on calculation, this value will be, this will be 314.9 kilonewton plus this value will be 159.4. And upon adding, you get TDB1 dB1 is equals to 474.3, something like this, kilonewton. And in the same way, in TDB2 also you put those values on substitution. Of course, let me correct this here also, 2400, and on substitution we are going to get this as 409.04, and this is around 122.7. So adding these two will give you 531.76 kilonewton. So least of these two values should be taken as the block shear strength. So what is the block shear strength here then? Here TB dB is equals to 474.3 kilonewton is to be taken, isn't it? So now this is block shear strength of only one angle section. We have two angle sections. Therefore, if you take that as the strength, you have to multiply with 274.3 into 2, which will give you, let me just find out, 474.3 into 2, which will give you 948.6 kilonewton, right? So design tensile strength of the member is going to be least of these three values. What is the first one? In this 393 in the yielding, and in case of rupture it is 504. In yield it is around 949. Therefore yielding ఏదైతే ఉందో అదే తక్కువ కాబట్టి that will be the strength of this member.